What's up, everybody? And today we are reacting to Indian Air Force Air Power documentary. This is by Aviation Wall. I will leave a link down below in the description. Please go over there, give it a like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I've been giving this video a couple times to look now. Apparently it's really good, and it shows more of the capability of Indian's Air Force and what they're all about. So I am excited to learn more about this. Obviously, I'm a former British Royal Marines commando, so my expertise does not involve the Air Force whatsoever. So this is more out of a interest into India's military and an interest in aviation. Which, by the way, my interest in Indian culture recently from these videos has really peaked. It seems like a lot of people are interested in me watching it, but I've just found that... I said when I started making reaction videos that I would only do things that I'm actually interested in. And I'm actually really interested in both the military side of this. And I think it's because I'm learning a lot about Indian culture and Hinduism and stuff like that by reading the Bhagavad Gita and all that lot. It's making me more interested in their military aspect as well, because that's something I know a little bit about when it comes to, well, military. I do anyway. So I'm excited to watch this. Again, there'll be a link down below in the description. Please check that out. Down in the description, there'll also be a link to DREADNOUGht MEADERY, which is a new project with me and my brother. Please go and check that out because I'm very passionate about it. Other than that, let's shut up. Let's pop this up and let's have a cheeky peek, shall we? Aviation Wall presents. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit. Indian Air Force Air Power Fighter Jets. Alright, let's go. If it's just music, I'm going to turn it down just so it doesn't get copyright claimed. Oh, no, it's not.
In shaping the outcome of future conflicts. In line with this dictum, the Indian Air Force has developed into a major component of national power.
That's
Which
true.
can be applied quickly and decisively.
And just to preface this, to preface why I think this is important to watch, in one of the previous videos, I noted how quickly the Indian military has become an absolute powerhouse of the world. Both the military and the economy and the culture and the country as a whole has just become an absolute powerhouse. And so watching these types of videos, which, how old is this video? This video is 1 year old. I think it's just going to give us more of an insight into what I think is going to be one of the biggest countries in the world, or practically is one of, if not the biggest country in the world at the moment, along with China and America.
Indian Air Force has started upgrading its combat aircraft fleet since the last few years in order to enhance its operational capability and maintain its aircraft as modern weapon platforms capable of meeting the present challenges posed by the security scenario in our region.
That's a sick shot right there, isn't it? Holy.
The Sukhoi Su-30 MKI, aka Flanker, is a twin-jet multi-role.
I'm going to be pausing it when the music turns up so I can talk a little bit over it and then turning it down when the person talks in the video, just so you know, okay?
Air superiority fighter developed by Russia's Sukhoi and built under license by India's Hindustan Aeronautics Limited.
Interesting.
For Indian Air Force.
So it's got a connection with Russia, that one, which is very interesting.
All-weather, long-range fighter, the Sukhoi Su-30 MKI is one of the most potent fighter jet in service with the Indian Air Force.
Interesting.
The MKIs are often fielded by the Indian Air Force in bilateral and multilateral air exercises.
I'd love to know the stats between that aircraft and some of the US military aircrafts and the British ones, because I know some like the F-35s and stuff like that are just out of this world. And I'd love to know the statistics between the two of them, like speeds, firepower, duration of flight, distance, all that stuff.
Twin-seater, twin-engine multi-role fighter carries one 30mm GSH gun along with 8,000 kilograms external armament. It is capable of carrying a variety of medium-range guided air-to-air missiles with active and semi-active radar or infrared homing close-range missile.
That's a sick shot right there.
Max speed of 2,500 kilometers per hour.
Okay, that's
The
pretty
Sukhoi
fast.
will be equipped with air version of BrahMos cruise missile. The BrahMos missile is the heaviest weapon to be deployed on Su-30. The Sukhoi 30 MKI fighter aircraft, equipped with BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, will give the Air Force the lethal capability to strike targets at ground from greater distances and will be deployed in northern sector as per the threat analysis.
I wonder how many of these the Indian Air Force actually has. If anyone has a number for that or a rough estimate, let me know in the comments.
Mirage 2000, a single-seater air defense.
That shot is sick. What a great photo that is.
And multi-role fighter of French origin, powered by a single engine, can attain max speed of 2,495 kilometers
That's
per hour.
fast. That's fast.
It
That one looks
carries
beast there.
30 mm integral cannons and two Matra Super 530D medium range and two R-50 Magic 2
Ooh.
close combat missiles on external stations. Mirage 2000 is considered to be the best of the ground attack aircraft under the Indian Air Force.
Damn.
What exactly sets it apart is its high drag and low wing loading, clubbed with high percentage of thrust. The Mirage has a delta wing design.
The
which is
size of that on the back. The speed of that must be unreal.
very helpful in greater maneuverability. This factor can be a deciding factor in a dogfight.
Yeah, maneuverability is sometimes more important than
The
speed.
Mirage 2000 performed remarkably well in the Operation Safed Sagar. The aircraft destroyed enemy targets in the high Himalayas and changed the game for Indian forces.
Nice.
On 26th of Feb 2019, 12 Mirage 2000 aircraft were used to strike a Jaish-e-Mohammed training camp in Balakot, Pakistan.
And I'm guessing it was relatively successful, to be fair.
MiG-29, twin-engine, single-seater air superiority fighter aircraft of Russian origin, capable of
Russian
attaining
origin
max
again. That's the second one now that's got Russian origin. That's very
speed
interesting.
of 2,445 kilometers per hour. It has a combat ceiling of 17 kilometers. It
Okay.
carries a 30 mm cannon along with 4 R-60 close combat.
Ooh,
and
look at that
two
beast.
R-27R medium-range radar-guided missiles. It
Holy.
is one of the Indian Air Force's premium defense fighters. MiG-29 UPG is currently one of the most advanced MiG-29s in the world.
Yeah, that looks sick. That looks absolutely sick. I want to know the stats between this and America. That's what I want to know. Oh, this in China. Do you know what I mean?
Jaguar.
Okay.
A twin-engine, single-seater deep penetration strike aircraft of Anglo-French origin, which has a max speed of 1,350 kilometers per hour.
Whew.
It has two 30 mm guns. And
Look at
can
the
carry two
size of that.
R-350 Magic CCMs, along with 4,750 kilograms of external stores. Jaguars are
Phew.
extensively used to carry out reconnaissance missions in
Do you know, did anyone watch the new Top Gun film, Top Gun Maverick? Like, that gets me so hyped for aviation, that film. And I watched it not long ago with my wife, and we both absolutely loved it. So anytime I watch stuff like this now, it gets me, like, hyped. Do you know what I mean?
support of Indian peacekeeping forces in Sri Lanka. They later played an active role in 1999 Kargil War with Pakistan.
So they're not new, these aircraft, this one anyway. This one's not new if it played a role in 1999, so it must be relatively older, this one.
Dropping both unguided and laser-guided bombs. It has been described as one of the few aircrafts capable of performing the nuclear strike role with all the precision and effectiveness.
Damn.
MiG-21,
Okay.
single-engine, single-seater multi-role fighter and ground attack aircraft of Russian origin. It has a max
Russian origin again. This one looks a little bit older as well.
speed of 2,230
Fast.
kilometers per hour and carries 123 mm twin barrel cannon with 4 R-60 close combat missiles.
It's fast.
It is a supersonic jet fighter and interceptor aircraft. The capabilities of MiG-21s were put to the test during the Bangladesh Liberation War. During the war, The MiG-21s played a crucial role in giving the Indian Air Force air superiority over vital points and areas in the Western theater of the conflict.
It seems like a bit of an older aircraft. This. Let me know in the comments. I don't like how they turn the music up in between the chatting.
HAL Tejas is an Indian single-engine, delta-wing, multi-role light fighter designed by Aeronautical Development Agency and Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. For the
This looks
Indian Air
sick.
Force, with the top speed of 2,205 kilometers per hour,
Range of
and
300 kilometers, 3,000 kilometers. Sorry.
Tejas provides better high alpha performance characteristics than conventional wing designs. Frugal fuel consumption and inbuilt air refueling capability leaves the Tejas with combat legs that will be the envy of many a contemporary platform. The first Tejas squadron was formed in 2016, called the Flying Daggers.
The Flying Daggers. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that name. What else they got? Is that everything?
Rafale.
No?
The Dasu Rafale,
Oh, this looks relatively new. This looks proper sci-fi-esque, doesn't it?
literally meaning gust of wind and burst of fire in a more military sense, is a French twin-engine
French again. This is the second French aircraft, I think?
delta-wing multi-role fighter aircraft. With the induction of all new Rafale medium multi-role combat aircraft, Indian Air Force has boosted its air dominance exponentially.
Yeah, that
The
looks
aircraft
newer.
is capable of withstanding from minus 3.6 G to 9 G and a
Woo!
maximum of 11 G.
Whoa!
In case of emergency. With the max speed of 2,223
Yeah.
kilometers per hour and range of 3,700 kilometers, it has the ability to take off from high altitude air bases like Leh on a cold start for a quick reaction deployment.
This looks, yeah, that looks like a newer aircraft, that one, doesn't it?
The Indian Air Force flight operations now stand as a credible air power,
Yeah.
counted amongst the foremost professional services in the world. The success of Balakot airstrike is a fine example of Indian Air Force flight operations effectiveness and efficiency.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the this just adds on to the rest of the stuff we've watched about how capable the Indian military is at this point. And they're absolute powerhouses, aren't they?
It is extremely important that we are always vigilant and alert to the existing subconventional threat. In the year gone by, the Indian Air Force has demonstrated its resolve and capability in punishing the perpetrators of terrorism. And we need to be ever prepared to meet any contingency that challenges the defense of our country.
Yeah. That was a sick video. It was a really good video that gave us some really good insights. And again, like I said, I think it just adds to the fact that the Indian military have grown exponentially over the past 30, 40 years to the point now where they're one of the big contenders. The big three, right? America, China, India. The UK used to be part of that, but we've dwindled quite a lot. And I think Russia has dwindled quite a lot ever since the Ukrainian war. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Again, there'll be a link down to the original video in the comments section. Check that out. There'll also be a link to DREADNOUGHT MEADERY. Check that out if you haven't already. Until next time, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.